Tutorial 3, Understanding the ARSCADA folder structure. When you install the ar.war file onto Tomcat, it's copied onto Web Apps folder under AR folder. So the root directory contains index page, which is the starting point for the ARSCADA application when someone accesses the application on the browser. Then there is a documentation page which contains documentation for all the components supported by the ARSCADA. This will be explained separately. And all the images used in this page are also stored on the home page. So this is the home page of the AR application. Then you have various project folders. You can have as many projects as you wish, and each project will contain the virtual tour. For example, these are all the virtual tours. Inside this you have two important files. One is tour.html and tour.xml. So XML is the KRPano configuration file which defines the virtual tour configuration. We'll see both this in a separate video. And then all the artifacts used for this virtual tour are stored in the this folder for each virtual tour. So all the graphics, all the hotspot, all the tiles, everything is stored in this folder. So you can have as many virtual tours as you wish, and then you can have as many projects as you wish. Apart from that, there is a viewer folder. It contains the KRPano viewer files, and which have to be copied from the KRPano website. For example, the latest version is what we have copied is KRPano 1.8.3. We have copied the entire folder structure from here viewer to the WAR file. So you may have to update from time to time depending on the latest version available at the KRPano website. So apart from that, and plugin folders contain all the plugins of KRPano as well as all the components that are ARSCADA uses. So all the updates in the ARSCADA components will have to be copied in the plugin folder. Apart from that, there is a webinf file which contains the most important web descriptor file. So the parameters stored here are: the host name has to be defined for the ignition server. IP address of the ignition server or a host name has to be defined here in case of an online mode. So by default, the AR WAR file demo application is configured for standalone mode with the standalone parameter set to 1. So if you set to 0 and restart the AR application, it will try to communicate with the ignition SCADA server, where the AR communication module and the comms server application, Java application from the DOS prompt should have been started already and waiting to receive commands from ARSCADA server. Then there is a flag called debug mode, which is by default 0. If it is set to 1 and you restart the AR application, then it will display some intermediate values for debugging. L key is the license key. By default it is unlicensed. You will receive a license key from pramanj.com once you purchase the license, which you have to insert here, and it will not have any restrictions of number of tags or 1 month eval period, and all the work that you do will be saved, is preserved. Update cycle is a parameter that defines the cycle time of ARSCADA screens. By default it is 5 seconds. You can change it to any value you like in seconds, and minimum value being 2 seconds, maximum being 10 seconds. And this is the servlet mapping. Leave this as it is, only you have to change the mapping, the URL pattern based on how many projects you have and how many virtual tours you have. You have to set the path name here. For example, we have seen that we have project 1, so many virtual tours. So all of these have been configured over here with a /scene. So this is the structure of the very important web.xml file, which is read by the ARSCADA application only once during start. So any change if you do here, you have to restart the ARSCADA application. So now in the subsequent tutorial we will see how to configure what is the structure of this tour.xml file for each virtual tour.